Hey guys, I just recently found out about this, and when you hear it, it's going to make you scratch your head. And anyway, it's regarding the lottery, and I'm talking about the lottery in Canada. We're here in the United States, and we have the Mega Millions and the Powerball. You know, they generate so much in ticket sales and huge prizes and stuff like that. But did you know, in Canada, if you win the lottery, you don't pay any taxes? Now, the reason behind this is the lottery system up there considers, or the legislation up there in Canada considers winnings from a lottery as a windfall. It was unexpected and it happened to land in your lap, which is a nice thinking about that. So they don't charge you any income tax on that. But depending on what investments you make with that money, you will pay income tax on the interest you generate or dividends you earn from those investments, which that's understandable. But if you were to win $100 million from their lottery, you're getting the full amount. Guess what? No more need for those tax accountant, lawyers, and all that crap, because you're going to get that check in that full amount. Look how easy that is. Now, what I propose here in the United States is, we know that ain't going to happen, right? But what I think they should do is, every time a ticket is sold, let's example a dollar lottery ticket. Okay, I know they're from $2 to $5, but let's just use $1 as an example. So let's say the tax is 20%, whatnot. Every time somebody buys a lottery ticket, the state lottery should deduct the taxes out of that dollar that is actually buying the ticket. So now, in essence, what you're creating is a tax-free prize. So whatever the prize is going to be, minus those withholding taxes, like a pre-tax, I think that's a great idea. This way, the state, federal government makes their taxes from the lottery, so they generate money, that's good. But for the winners, it doesn't make it that complicated for a winner. This way, if 20% from every dollar is going to be withheld for taxes, that means everybody's paying taxes, okay? Everybody that bets, as opposed to just the winner paying the taxes. Think about that. That would generate more money. So maybe it doesn't have to be 20%. Let's say it's only 10%. It's like a sales tax. And because you're buying the lottery ticket and they're taking the sales tax out of that ticket. So that's how I think it should go. Now, another big thing I hate, and this is what I hate about the lotteries, and most every lottery does this, is when there is a kind of like progressive jackpot, and we're talking about like Mega Millions and the Powerball, is they never really know how much exactly the jackpot is going to be. That's why there's an asterisk next to the amount in saying that it's estimated. But the big lie behind that is, whatever they're advertising, it's a lie. The jackpot is never that amount. So like a couple years ago, it was estimated at $2 billion. Guess what, folks? They lied. It was never, ever $2 billion. Now, how they lie is, just compare a slot machine at a casino. When it tells you what the jackpot is, if you hit, that's exactly what you're paid. Now, again, you're going to be responsible for your taxable winnings on that, but that amount is what you get. That is never the case in the lottery. And the reason why is the number that they advertise, the prize amount, they're estimating it in 20 to 25 years what it could be. So basically, the big lie is they're giving you a projection amount in the future what it could be. Just imagine if the slot machines at the casino would do that. Hey, this $1 million jackpot could be 20 million in 25 years. Nobody wants to hear that. You would feel insulted. You would feel ripped off and stuff. Why are you telling me, and why are you able to advertise that jackpot for a future date amount? You know, doesn't make sense. All it is, it's part of the lie. Okay, don't get me wrong. I love playing the lottery, especially when the jackpots are high. It gives you a little incentive. Hey, maybe that's your day and you're going to win. Cool. Be straight up. But don't be bullshitting and telling me an amount in 25 years and then covering your ass by putting an asterisk next amount and saying it's estimated. So I would honestly, from what recently happened in the state of Illinois, the state was having financial difficulty approving their state budget, and during the course of waiting to approve that state's budget was people who won the lottery or were getting residuals from the lottery winnings. They all went on pause. Nobody was getting paid. This went on for months, and I think almost close to a year or something like that. It took a while before the financial plans for the state got approved, but all the people on the sidelines were suffering. So for me, if I ever were to win the Powerball Mega Millions, a huge jackpot, I don't even care if it's a state lottery or lotto, okay? Guys, get all your money out of the lottery system. Do not allow them to control your funds, because each year different laws get passed, and at some point it could change and jeopardize your income, okay? Or jeopardize your payments. If you take the money, and I hate to say lump sum, because the lump sum should be the actual jackpot, but they call it lump sum, making you feel like you deserve less because you want all your money at once. Again, guys, keep in mind, a slot machine at the casino, what that amount is, that's what they advertise. If you're fortunate to be the one that wins that amount, that's what you're getting. They don't call it lump sum. They're starting to do this lump sum too. I think on some of the scratch and win tickets, say win for life or something like that. So it's the way I feel the lottery cheats you out of thinking what the real amount is. Or I think I heard one guy, he won the lottery in Texas, a scratch and win ticket, and I think it was 12 or 15 million after taxes and everything, and lump sum because he wanted it all at once. I think he only got $6 million. From 15 million to 6 million, something's wrong about that, you know. So that crap needs to stop, okay? So again, I would force the lottery to only advertise what the jackpot is that day. Now, I understand as tickets are getting sold, you have that asterisk as it's estimated, but at a certain point, it should be guaranteed that amount or more, okay? So it'll fluctuate going higher. Now, another thing I would say about the lottery, like we just recently spoke about, is pre-taxing it. So every time somebody buys $1 worth of any lottery ticket, take the taxes out of that, okay? You know, this way it's prepaid ahead of time. The person wins the money. It's all this needless money spent on attorneys, accountants, and delay of getting your money because you got to prepare yourself. You know, the only thing you should prepare yourself is maybe moving, relocating, that kind of stuff, because people are going to know that you win. Now, should you be able to claim anonymous or not? That's a little iffy there, and the reason why I'll tell you is, what if you're somebody and you owe a lot of debt and you owe, I don't know, child support or bankruptcies and all this, and now you claim that money. and you're going to hide with it and stuff because you're going to cheat other people out of it. That's a part I don't like. Now, the part where you want to be protected is maybe family and friends that are all going to pop out of the woodwork like cockroaches and come and have their hand out and want you to grease the palm. That's a little bit difficult too. But other than that, other changes what I would implement, and I think it's very, very important, is for those big mega jackpots like the Mega Millions and the Powerball, I think they should have a standalone ticket sale machine. This way, it's only handled through that lottery machine. So any ticket purchases or anything, it's isolated. I feel that a lot of times this all-in-one machine for your regular lottery numbers, your scratch and win tickets, the other jackpots and stuff like that is, I think it really confuses the issue. It slows things down, and I'm almost borderline thinking that some of the ticket sales are rigged. And what I mean by that is when you hit say, what did it call it? A random ticket, oh my God, it escapes me, but when you don't predetermine your own numbers and you get the random ticket, those numbers, I feel, shouldn't be duplicated. They should run through all the numbers, and when all the numbers are played, I feel that since there's going to be a guaranteed winner, that they kind of like stop play or don't allow you to buy more tickets, because if every combination is played, somebody's guaranteed to win. And I think other people, even if you don't win, just think about this. There's a losing ticket, and the lottery is going to duplicate that losing ticket hundreds and thousands, maybe millions of times. That's not good. Unless I understand the programming with the lottery, I just feel it benefits the state lottery to issue a lot of duplicate tickets. Okay, we don't know that. All I just know is one time there was 2 winning tickets sold within an hour at the same 7-Eleven store, and I think this was in New Jersey for one of the big jackpots. Very uncommon. If those numbers are supposed to be random, a quick play, by the way, how do 2 tickets are made out of the same store within about an hour or 2 from each other? That tells me is, what I think happens is when the lottery drawing starts, all these machines get a different variation of pool numbers to play. And in the bottom of my heart, me personally, I think you don't stand an honest chance of winning the same as everybody else. And I think it depends where you play, how busy that machine is, depending the outcome of the numbers that you're going to get generated under a quick pick. I don't have any proof of that, but what I've seen, like I said, I've seen multiple winners out of the same store on the same drawing for the same lottery. And that lets me know that those numbers are running in the pool. So if they have a standalone machine, everybody has an equal chance, because in every state they just have that one machine for those multi-state lotteries. I think it's more fair. It doesn't slow things down, because you're not alternating from a local state lottery ticket back to a Powerball, to a Mega Millions, and all that. So I think you can see where the issue could be. So I think if all the machines were just like on a lottery, not on a lottery, in a casino, when you're playing a progressive machine, even though it's a different casino, they're all linked together, so everything updates, so everybody equally has a chance, whether you're in a small casino on a progressive slot or you're in a big one. And that works out well for the casinos and the patron who's playing that slot machine. So I think they need to roll that over into the state lottery tickets. Now, lastly, what I think should happen, maybe it's not the last thing on my mind, is I think they should eliminate the Powerball or the Mega Ball number. And that's that separate drawing that they draw for that last ball. Okay, that makes it more difficult to win. It makes you feel like you got 5 numbers, but you missed that last one, and you get a reduced prize. Now, again, my opinion is they should up the numbers from 0 to 100. This way, everybody can play any lucky number they have. You're 77, 13, 69, whatever your famous popular numbers. You could play everybody's birthday, obviously, and the year that they were born. I think that would be better. And then what you do is maybe you pick 10 numbers, kind of like Keno, but it goes up to 100, and you pick 10 numbers, and for the people that pick maybe 7 of them or whatnot, or the people that pick the most numbers out of that week's drawing of 10 numbers picked, so you kind of like, you got to put it on a chalkboard and run it around and bounce it off other people's ideas. But I think something like that would be great. And the last thing I would change is all the tickets need to be $1. All the tickets $1. And this way they sell more tickets. You could play more combinations, and I think that would be great. Maybe the possibility of rollover tickets, and what I mean by that is, let's say you picked 7 or 10 numbers, whatever it is, for this 1 or 0 through 100 numbers. None of those numbers hit. I think that ticket should stay live for the next drawing. So that would definitely keep people excited, want to check tickets, and know like, hey, I'm in free for the next drawing because none of my numbers got drawn. Number 2 is whatever numbers got drawn, they put it to the side. So the following week, like in bingo, once a number gets picked till the card is full or whatnot, the tickets are live. So I think that would be real exciting, Now, they'll draw another drawing next week. Now, the people who are buying tickets have a better chance as well because now there's less numbers. So if it started with the possibility of 100 numbers, they draw 10, now there's only 90 numbers. So each week, as the tickets get sold, you have a better chance. Now, what you could do too is, if you start with a fresh drawing, every ticket's $1. So now, the second drawing, the tickets are $2. The third drawing, the ticket's $3. Now, as each week goes by and nobody won, the ticket prices go up by $1 because there's less numbers to play. So I think that would be very interesting. And I'd love to see something like that happen. So those are a couple of ideas. So again, lottery, stop bullshitting about what the estimated jackpot is. Nobody needs to know what it could be in 25 years. I want to know what it is today. Okay, just like a slot machine at a casino, it has the amount. Be upfront, transparent. Number 2 is pre-tax every ticket. This way, whoever wins anything, you're getting that money, and it's a windfall, just like how it's considered in Canada. Okay, and then, like I said, raise the numbers to 100. So anybody's favorite numbers between 0 and 100, you're good. Cool. Also, maybe there could be like some side bets to play. Like, how roulette is red and black numbers. Do 50-50, and do like a little side thing of Are all the numbers going to be black or red that come out, or the first number? Stuff like that. I think it could be make it a little bit more exciting, and take my idea, polish it out, okay, and see what you guys can come up with through a brainstorm. And I think that's how it needs to be, okay? One last thing. Did you guys are aware that in California, a lot of the winners come out of California? But did you guys know that there's no power play option on the lottery in California? And also, there is no double play option in California. So whenever they buy Powerball tickets, it only costs $2. They don't have the option for that. The state doesn't allow that there. Something about the pari-mutuel payout. Anyway, so when people say a lot of the winners are out in California, guess what? They're not, I don't want to say wasting money on power play and double play, because if you hit it, it could raise your winnings. But their tickets are only $2. So they could buy more tickets instead of paying for that other stuff that's been going around. So just a little something to think about, okay? And that's about it, So tell me in the comments what you think. Some of my ideas, are they good? Are they, are they good? And let's see what happens. Maybe we can change the lottery, make it a little bit more fun and fair, and $1, that's it. Should be capped at $1, okay? Well, God bless. If you're playing the lottery tonight, I wish you a lot of luck. And don't forget me if you win, okay? It's a small percent. Just throw me a bone, okay? God bless you guys. Bye-bye.